not work out in your favor. So, Lions, you heard them. Prove them wrong.
That's what it comes down to, right? Like, just prove the casters, prove the analysis. And the cameras have just switched off us, so you can't see my hands in the air as analysis. Prove us wrong. Come out with the chip on your shoulder and maybe use it as motivation. But look at this. We've got TUD Apes versus Northern Lions.
Corner after another, as we've stayed here for what feels like an eternity. Maybe Naughty can try and change that one up. A good pinch out to midfield should give some offense here to the Northern Lions. It'll even give them a goal. Naughty catches everybody by surprise, whips one off the corner, and it's technically an own goal, but it's still technically a good shot.
I mean, technicalities aside, that's 1-0.
And rather than getting sustained pressure here, it just kind of feels like, you know, solo play after solo play. And this is not how a team needs to operate right now. The Lions are doing a good job at keeping up this pressure. Meanwhile, TUD, looking a bit awkward here, and they will give up another goal. Naughty to find their second.
Awkward is the word, and as that goal explosion comes in, I can't remember what season that is from, but some gold level defending on the backboard, just making it impossible to clear the lines there for the Apes. And yeah, that's a struggle. That's two kind of scruffy goals, right? Where they haven't necessarily been outplayed, but it's just been a little bit all over the place. And sometimes you're not too bothered if your defense gets beaten by good offense. But you know what? Defense, forget about it. It was all offense here, and that is all Apes. No misplays, no scruffiness, just clean passing into the perfect finish. And the angle.
Oh, they're getting so incredibly close right now, but unfortunately, close only counts in horseshoes, and they're trying their best, but cannot find... No way is this going in! Naughty to close out this game after unrelenting pressure. The Apes forget about defense for just a single moment, and unfortunately, it will cost them.
And that's the danger with those infield balls, right? Too close to the defense, and it can open you right up to a big clear or a big counterattack. In this case, it was the same thing. That big clear all the way into the open net, and 30 seconds remaining. Not impossible, but TUD Apes do need to score with pretty much this attack to have any hope.
Oh my, they really do, and unfortunately, as they're pressed right back into their own half, I'm thinking that this one is all but set and done. 15 seconds to go. Shane, maybe if he can get one more goal, they can try and do it off a kickoff. Shot here, though, turned away, and I think that will indeed lower the curtains on game number 1. The Apes not looking bad, but TUD, unfortunately, just not quite able to hold up the pressure for long enough to find goals, and as soon as they break their defense whatsoever, the Northern Lions are there to strike, and they did that 3 times here in game number 1. And again, that's sort of why these game ones, we always call them a bit of a feeling out period, a bit of testing the waters, if you will. And as much as it is a cliche for us to say it, we do say it for a reason. It's very accurate that both of these teams are trying to figure out how the other one's going to play and slowly starting to adjust themselves. So maybe in between games, they got a couple words from their coaches, and now they understand how to try and play this one back. I've got faith in TUD, but the unfortunate reality is it's not just us that needs faith, or them that need faith. It's everybody on the squad that needs to try and rally this one and just find some confidence in themselves. Let's see, game number 2 going to be a pivotal one. If Northern Lions take this, they will be on series point. And as great as I think the Apes are, a reverse sweep here to start off the day would be rather rough.
Oh, that might be the way to do it as well. Get a little bit of confidence early on. Punish a mistake. Well, not a mistake, actually. That's just a really good 50-50 from Shane. I thought originally it was a bit of a misplay.
Meanwhile, the Northern Lions have 6 and still not a single goal to show for it. They've still got 2 minutes to keep on trucking here, but it feels like they need to put a solid shot on target, and I do say on target. A couple of these have been a little bit off, and it has costed them dearly. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Just all the way in. You hate to see it. The open net, slow roller. Grizzly, it didn't look too bad, but Naughty just cannot get up to it, and that's a bit unlucky, actually. Shane maybe expecting the 50-50, ends up playing the hit, and then it just kind of ricochets between him and Naughty and finds its way into the back of the net.
With underneath a minute to go, they are running out of time here, Munts. They're getting good pressure, but they still cannot find the back of the net.
Oh, Cannon looking to extend the lead with the help of Shane. They do combine, if somewhat unorthodoxly. That's a word, and they find the 3rd goal, and that does put a lot of daylight in between them and the Northern Lions. For me, feels like it seals this game. Not out of reach completely. It's not impossible, but Northern Lions, just like the Apes were in the last game, needing a miracle late on. Is that they only had one goal that kind of came from a bit of misfortune or a bit of a misplay, right? The rest of it was TUD just outplaying them, putting on good offense and
then they both end off with 6, meaning that the Lions, after finding a little bit of pressure against them, never again find more shots. So here in game 3, they've got to find more shots. They've got to be a bit more deadly with every single one. That's a ripper on target. I have no idea how the defense saved that. So that's kind of what it is right now. There's a single missing piece, and as soon as they slot it in, all of a sudden the entire picture will become clear. Who's going to be the one to find it, though? Who's scrambling on the floor, looking underneath all the different chairs and dustpans and everything around, and looking for that singular... No! That can be how this opens up that... No!
I feel like there's been a couple goals like this series, Bass.
A lot.
Oh. Okay, maybe not quite as blatant as that. Like, that's probably the roughest one we've seen so far. At least we didn't have the gold goal explosion to stare at as that own goal just rolled into the bottom corner. But yeah, that's rough. Okay, look, we can forget about the own goal. Shane diving on this one. It's a difficult read for the defense, but Shane had all the time in the world to slam this one in.
There we go. You know, it's just a 1-for-1. We're all tied up here again. We can literally erase the front half of this game because it did not happen. And, you know, every Rocket League game starts with 1-1, 2:41 on the clock. Overtime, then overexpose themselves and have another errant goal just go in out of nowhere. But, they might have just done that. 2 players moved into offense. Shane, the only one back. So now he's got to try and just delay enough time for the rest of the defense to get prepared. And they will not be. Grizzly will find the drop down from Naughty and put the lead in favor of the Lions.
We talked about NorthernLions needing to find some offense. Well, executed perfectly here, wrapping it around high above the blue net, or playing that down above the Apes net, sorry, playing that down to a teammate who just finishes it right there. And I mean, that's it. That could be the key. We're going to need some more variation, and we found it here again. An infield pass this time. No one cutting it out, and no one able to clear. So Naughty to Sai into the back of the net. Just take it away. Shane, who's been the star of the show so far in this game number 3. Not going to find enough, and My Parable keeps them in it. So if they can transition down, find a goal, they'll still be in it. But this does look like NorthernLions' game, and again, deservedly so. They've cleaned things up, they've found some offense, some varying offense, and they've managed to fight their way into the ascendancy. All right, then we're talking about some offense. There wasn't a whole lot here. This might have just been a bit of a miss from the defense, but does not change the point. NorthernLions have looked to be the better team here in game number 3, and this series on a bit of a pendulum right now. It's just swinging both ways, and it feels kind of random. It feels like a coin flip as to who's going to come out on top in any given game.
100%, and honestly, that's what we love to see, especially considering that we're going into game number 4 with an overwhelming victory in favor of the Lions here. So if we continue on that pendulum, that means this next game should be entirely in favor of the Apes. I do think a goal there would have been massive to at least instill some confidence going into game number 4. Instead, this one's actually going to stay up for a while and still may be able to get a goal. No such luck. 4-1 the final score line. The Lions will find themselves a response to game number 2 where they will shut out. And I have to say, but if we see the same momentum as the last game where, like you said, the Lions just kind of run away with this and flip the script, it's going to be a bit difficult for them to come back. So let's see. I'm up to the Apes now. I want to see them force a game 5. Even if my prediction said that the Lions close this out, everybody wants a game 5, right, Muns?
Everybody wants a game 5. Like, honestly, it's so fun being right, and it's very nice to be smug. But at the end of the day, we want the entertainment of like we are neutrals at heart. Oh goodness, Cannon somehow found a way through here. I'm not entirely sure. He's just popped it over the first, slow played it past Sai, and the ghost hit might have caused some chaos for Grizzly on the goal line, but in the end, that is a full 1. Dominated the boost collected count and still somehow looked like the lesser team. Right here, right now, as I look to do my best to curse this, I was going to say, the Apes look to be the better team at the start of this game number 4, and here comes Sai down the other end to prove me wrong. Plus the next goal, but fine margins right now, Bass. High pressure situation for both these teams. One just trying to finish their dinner. The other one trying to put it on the plate, but Naughty. I mean, that was put on the plate for him. He didn't have much to do, just floats it into the open net. Grizzly, right here, the chef, the cook, and the kitchen. I don't know where I'm going with this. Over to you.
I mean, you're not wrong, though. That's the unfortunate thing, is that Shane was kind of expecting that one to drop down, and when it just glides across and is easily given to the second attacker, all of a sudden they have to scramble. And no, we're not talking eggs here, you know, continuing the chef theory. But unfortunately, with a minute left, they really do need now to try and find themselves something as a response here. It's been so difficult for the Apes to find momentum unless they find early goals and confidence in themselves. And I don't know if they're going to be able to find that, Muns, because with 45 seconds left, the Apes are yet again getting locked into their half. That's a good touch, though. And it's a double commit out of everyone on the Lions here. Open net, and oh no, Grizzly! That was not yours to go for. It's a second overcommit in a row. And now they've got momentum, but Shane's just going to drop it down with a standard flip reset. This shouldn't even turn into anything, as the defense has been given a second life and a chance to reconfigure themselves. And as a result, Grizzly will get in the way. 20 to go here, and the Apes are still trying to find themselves a rabbit out of the hat.
Oh, the Apes putting on so much pressure, living up to their name, just monkeying hard at that ball, beating the defense to it time and time again. But when they need it most in these final seconds, they can't find any offense. And in fact, defending down their end, Parable keeps the save, keeps the game alive, but only briefly. Northern Lions find the great